Hi guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a minute, not intentionally. I was going to post a video last weekend, but I just couldn't justify posting it. It was a very informative video that I did. It was more like a seminar. I just felt like it was a little dry. I just discussed all aspects of someone purchasing an Ultrex and getting the best deals, and the thought process that I had for buying my Ultrex, which is already installed the boat. Now I'm going to do an installation video on it because Wired to Fish has the best Ultrex installation video out there. If you can't install your Ultrex after watching that video, then you shouldn't be installing your Ultrex, basically. But I just want to lean on one point of the Ultrex that I purchased. I got mine for about $1,600 US, which I think they go for about $2,300. So it was about a third of the price off, which was pretty phenomenal. So I got mine from Amazon, and I got it for the same price that they're going for used. So I'll just leave it at that. If you are very interested in getting an Ultrex, I got mine pretty much for the same price as I would have on Craigslist or in Canada, Kijiji. Secondhand from someone that had used it for like 2 years, but I got my new for the same price. So the deals don't come on very often from Amazon, but if you want to get a good deal on the Ultrex, I would suggest Amazon. Again, I got mine for about a third of the price off. And I also talked earlier about living back at the off-grid cabin. So in Ontario anyways, the Premier Doug Ford asked you to not do anything that's not really essential travel, not burden other communities. Obviously, if I'm living off-grid and bringing my own supplies, I don't exactly plan on seeing another human being. I wanted to do that for about a month. I just thought I'd turn a con into a phenomenal life experience, a once-in-a-lifetime moment, to live completely off-grid for 30 days is about what my goal was. At the time, things were kind of still crazy. I thought my work would be shut down, and I'm like, man, I'm never going to have a month again until I'm retired that I can just do what I want. Probably anyway, so I was excited for that opportunity, but it looks like things are going back to the new normal. But nonetheless, here's some clips when I hiked into the cabin for the first time a few weeks ago, and looked in at the cabin to make sure, it was still standing, what if any obstacles there were to overcome. And basically I cut down a couple pine trees in our property's laneway because a bunch of people had been in there with ATVs. So I'm breathing pretty heavy. I think I had to hike 3 miles in, or 2 or 3 maybe kilometers, but I was also carrying a chainsaw I didn't see, so they're not exactly heavy after you are walking, or not exactly light after you're walking a few kilometers, so I was pretty tired. And I fell in some water. That was not nice. So here's some clips from that. Figures when we get to the laneway that the winter would just refuse to release its icy grips on the winter season. Man, if I drove back here in the truck, it'd be 3 weeks before I could get out again, I imagine. Well, we're almost back to the cabin. See what shape it's in. Make sure people haven't ransacked it. Well, I had the ice collapse a few times here in this deep puddle, and now my boots are freaking freezing cold. My feet are soaked. But I got a long, grueling hike back to the truck, and that should warm up my feet pretty good. So let's knock a couple trees down, keep these four-wheeler tracks, out of the laneway. They didn't break in, so good on them, but I don't really trust people not to break into this cabin the way things are going. So let's at least do my part to keep people honest, I guess. Then we got hand sanitizer for my parents that we stored back here because apparently can't get hand sanitizer anywhere in North America anymore. Alright guys, so finally the entertainment aspect of the video, which is fishing. So last year, if I recall this trip correctly, I wanted to go up for the weekend, but I was convinced to go up just for a few hours. I think I worked till about 2 a.m. that night, so I didn't make it back to the cabin till about 10 a.m. and I only fished maybe 4 hours. Obviously, there's like 40 or 50 other fish in this video I didn't post, all spectacular 8-inch trophy largemouth and smallmouth bass, but here's a few clips from that. In fact, in this video, it turns out that I forgot to bring all my soft plastics with me somehow, except for one pack of Zoom finesse worms. I don't usually use Zoom. It's nothing against the brand. I just happen to not have a lot of Zoom products. So I inadvertently, out of my own failure, got to use a product I don't normally get to use. All fish were caught on the Zoom finesse worm, watermelon red flake, either weightless Texas rigged or wacky rigged.
Number 2. Right in the outside green mat where it's a little deeper. On the Zoom finesse worm, switching it up. Got a 1 pound skinny guy. I get some little weight on. Number 3. This is a good one. I have weeds on them. They're not that good. Maybe 2 pounds. Always a smaller too. Ah. No, he's more. Oh, no, he's a good one. That's gonna be 2.5. Damn. I don't know. I guess on the scale I could weigh him if I want to, but I don't know. There's no giant. Oop. Solid, probably just around 17, 18-inch fish. Good largy. I think it's as big as that one. Gotta be over 2. Yeah, whatever. Maybe that's good. Yeah, probably not. Slow day fishing, so I'll take it. Look at that. Open up for Anna.
Yep.
Just like me. Ooh, ice is still on it. Right. Oh, that's a video itself right there. But that guy's over 2. He feels strong. Yeah.
Just went under the.
Whoa. We got the smaller one, and that guy's pushing 3 all day. Yeah, another one came out a little bit bigger than this guy. Maybe this guy's pushing 3, probably at least 2 3/4 in the stomach. The other guy had to be pushing 3.5. Throw back in there.
Alright, so a very short video. Now, let's get into what we'll be doing in the future. So that's it for videos. I'm scrapping the Ultrex video and hiking into the cabin, and obviously I'm not living off the grid for a month. This weekend is the May 2-4 weekend. I think that's Victoria Day. I don't know. I just know it's May 2-4. And the first long weekend, unofficial summer, all that good stuff. So the plan is to go to cottage. Obviously, I have chores when you live in an off-grid cottage. First thing I have to do is hopefully clear down the trees I cut down in the laneway. Hopefully no one else cleared that, because that would not be good, because they would be doing that to break into my cabin. So hopefully they're still in the laneway. I've got firewood to cut. I've got a crap load of... Got to do all the firewood, because I don't like to do it in bass fishing season, because when bass fishing season starts, I just like to fish in it. So I try to get all the chores done this weekend. So the plan is lake trout, speckled trout, and panfish. Last year, the water temperature was very, very far behind, like a month behind, I would say. So I'm hoping that I can get some decent pan fishing in off the dock. Lake trout, I'm not a huge lake trout guy. Trolling is not my thing per se. And I would like to go to the speckled trout lake that my great-grandfather discovered and stocked himself using 5-gallon buckets. He stocked it with speckled trout. So I would like to go back to that lake, because I don't think I've been back there for about 3 years. So that would be an interesting hike in. Well, anyway, guys, stay safe as always. The summer's here. Social distance, be safe. And hopefully we all come out of this on the other side in good enough shape. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.